Make the ground shake.
Your phone is ringing. Here. Let me get that for you.
The crowd is going crazy here for that trailer of DOKKAEBI, one of our most interesting operators that we will have ever released. It's a really game-changing operator. And before I get into her gadget, I'd like to just read a little bit of her backstory that was provided to me by Lucien. Again, thank you, Lucien, if you're watching. DOKKAEBI is a driven hacker who never really fit in with conventional military structure. She was used to doing things her way, but her technical savvy made her an asset on the modern-day battlefield and an unexpected threat to any enemies facing her. So, Simon, what were your game design intentions behind DOKKAEBI? Break down her gadget because it's very unique.
So we wanted to have an attacker that's really focused on intel. So she comes equipped with this tablet, and she has this ability called Logic Bomb. And when she activates this ability, it makes all of the defenders' phones ring.
So how does, that sounds pretty insane. How does she actually do that? Let's take a look from her perspective.
Yeah. So you'll see she will activate the Logic Bomb. And then on her right, she can hear that there is a defender. And you see Valkyrie was attempting to shut down the ringtone that DOKKAEBI was making her cell phone play.
So after she does that animation of making everybody's phones ring, you're on the defender side, you actually have your phone ringing.
Exactly, you can hear it. It's really distracting.
So let's take a look at that from the defender's perspective. And why don't you break us down?
Exactly, now you can see that the phone is ringing, and Vigil, panicking, tries to turn off his phone, and that's how it happens. But it's an important decision to take as a defender to say, do I turn off my phone or do I keep it ringing? Like, do I take this time where I cannot shoot back and I cannot defend myself?
Yeah, so she's really the ultimate troll in terms of just getting people's phones to ring, and you actually have to spend time to turn off your phone in a similar way that you have to make that decision with Legion, where do I continue to fight on, or do I take out that pin, or do I just continue to let my phone ring, or spend the time to actually hide and turn it off?
Yeah, it's a big decision to make.
Now, there is one other ability with her hacking Logic Bomb that comes into play. It's really kind of a game changer.
Awesome.
Why don't you run us through it?
So you will see DOKKAEBI. She's getting a kill right now, and when any attacker kills a defender, they drop their phone, and she can hack the phone and, yes, gain access to the camera network of the defenders.
Wow, that is huge, and I think the crowd likes that.
Yeah, they like that. And yeah, you can see it's not only the standard cameras, it's Valkyrie's camera too.
Yeah, really, that is so huge. I love the crowd's reaction because they just exploded about that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Now, let's take a look at that from the defender's view. What does that look like?
So say you're a defender, you're watching your cams, trying to get a call out for your team, and then DOKKAEBI hacks into the network. She will get that signature image in your face, distracting you, trying to make call outs, and that's how you know your network has been compromised too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really kind of an awesome little feature there for DOKKAEBI. I cannot wait to see how players utilize that amazing gadget. Really,
absolutely.
Really incredible. All right, let's take a look at her loadout here and run through that.
So she is a 2-speed, 2-armor attacker, and she comes equipped with a great selection of weapons.
Let's take a look at those primaries and secondaries,
So she comes equipped with the MK14 EBR, which is a DMR. It has really great recoil, high damage, and she shares the other weapons of Vigil. So the super awesome shotgun and the two machine pistols, the SMG-12 and the CZ-75. She also comes with smoke grenades and claymores.
So strong loadout, strong unique gadget. What are her? What is really her nemesis against her? Actually, she's a pretty good counter pick against another operator.
Exactly.
Right?
This is a straight counter pick to Valkyrie. You'll have to think twice about bringing Valkyrie, and if you do decide to bring her in, where will you put your Valkyrie cams? Because if she does get to hack into the network, you can get all of your positions compromised, and it can make your defense absolutely collapse on itself.
Yeah, and then you have a really important decision as a defender: do I blow out all my cameras, or do I just have them have that intel?
Exactly.
And for Valkyrie, sometimes that long range camera throw is kind of outside of the range of a certain location. So whether you have to make that decision too. Do you throw it outside? Do you throw it closer to the bomb site where you can actually get to it and shoot it if necessary? So a lot of decisions on the
yeah, it's going to be so interesting to see how it plays out, because as always, the player will impress us with what they come up with as strategies and counter strategies.
They always come up with better strategies.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Speaking of that, she does have a few counter picks, so let's take a look at those, right?
So basically, when she uses the logic bomb ability, it does not make Echo's cell phone ring. Echo is exempt from that ability. He is immune.
He's too high tech.
And IQ, when the defender's phone are ringing, she can, and the defender is trying to stop his phone from ringing, she can see the outline of the phone in his hand.
That's pretty cool.
So if you really have a good timing with your IQ, you can really pull off some really cool coordinated plays.
So an interesting thing where these really high-tech operators are bringing a lot to IQ as a potential
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
IQ is going to be able to counter everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that said, that is a look at DOKKAEBI. Let's take a look at her gameplay footage real quick. So, Simon, DOKKAEBI, how do you think pro players are actually going to provide a strategy around her?
I think she's going to be a strong pick, but maybe more of a situational one. So I think how it's going to play out is that if the other team, if the team knows that the other team is running a strong Valkyrie and they want to counter that, they can bring in a DOKKAEBI to be a really strong counter to that defense.
Yeah. And I think it should be mentioned that DOKKAEBI does have a slight counter to that hacking ability too, where you can, as a defender, turn off or shoot those phones, right?
Exactly. So anytime DOKKAEBI is picked on attack and a defender dies, they drop their cell phone.
You can see Valkyrie's right there.
Yeah, we can see the phone on the ground. And as a defender, you can try and deny the hack by maybe taking a risk, exposing yourself, shooting down the phone to make sure your camera network doesn't get exposed. And so there's going to be a lot of really interesting decisions to make on the defender side.
On DOKKAEBI's opposite side, Vigil, he has a cloaking ability that prevents him from being seen by drones on the attacker side. Does he get seen by hacked cameras?
Yeah, so when the attackers hacked into the system and look through the cameras, Vigil is going to stay invisible to those hacked cameras, so he stays immune to that.
Really interesting gameplay between these two operators that we're releasing now, where one has one ability and it can be countered against DOKKAEBI as well with his ability.
Exactly, like Vigil is just a ghost to all terms of electronic watching, like either drones or cameras.
Do you think she's going to be one of those must picks that come into Pro League?
Like I said, I think really she's going to be a little more situational. She's strong, although I'm curious to see how her weapons are going to play out, because they are very highly lethal. It's one of the strongest DMRs that we have in the game. The recoil is very easily manageable, and it has 21 bullets. It's just such a fun operator to play with.
Plus, she has 2 SMGs as secondaries
and yeah, once you run out of ammunition, you can switch to 2 amazing SMGs, well, machine pistols, in fact.
Machine pistols.
Yeah, she just has a great loadout. She's just so much fun to play with. I think the players are going to have a total blast with this season. Really
amazing. So that is a look at our 3 operators coming with Operation White Noise, our map, but there's a little bit more coming. And releasing with Operation White Noise, we have a few little surprises as well.